Hello, welcome to this video. So, firstly, a big thank you for everyone's continued support so far on my journey. And if you haven't already done so, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Your support is much appreciated and I'm very grateful for your support, continued support on my journey. So thank you from me. Now, in today's video, we're going to keep this as short as possible. If you haven't already seen part 1 of my free guide training video, please do. The link is just up here, or up here will be located. I've also left the link below this video, and at the end of the video there'll be a link to click onto to look at part 1 of my tips and my guide to getting your HGV license for free. Yes, for free. So with the high demand of HGV drivers or truckers here in the UK, now is a great opportunity to gain your HGV licenses in the UK, funded by the Transport for Education, if you qualify and meet the criteria of the training companies and the training companies basically. But make sure you go and look at the part one of this 3-part series, because that will explain to you the criteria and how you got to apply to get your funding for your licenses. If you can't do that, if you decide to fund it on your own, not a problem. But I've got mine funded through the Transport of Education, and if you want to do the same and save yourself £3,000 to £4,000, then you can do so. Now, in today's video, what I'd like to do is go through a really simple video. So let's imagine you've applied for your application form to get your funding. You now need to apply for your medical and your provisional entitlement to get your license. So before anything starts, you must have your provisional license in place and your medical in place before you do any form of training. That has to be in place. It's first steps, your first point of call. Now, what we're going to do is I've got a D2 form. It's a D2 form you need. We've got a D2 form here and a pen. I'm going to show you and take you through step by step on how to fill out a D2 form. Now, for some, you've already done this. I'm not going to teach to suck eggs because it is self-explanatory. However, there are lots of people out there that struggle to fill these forms in, and if you don't fill the form out correctly, the DVLA will not give you your provisional entitlement or give you your medical. So you must fill this out correctly. Any sort of errors will be sent back to your home address, and you'll be waiting and delaying things even longer and longer, meaning you get on your training course, it'll take longer to get on your training course and to move forward from there. So I'm going to take you through this video step by step on how to fill out a D2 form to apply for your provisional license as a HGV driver. I'm going to show you exactly what I did and what I do recommend you do too. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope it gives you value and obviously you benefit from it as well. So if you're a new driver or you want to be a HGV driver, make sure you watch this video to the end. So you open your envelope, and what you get inside the envelope is your sleepiness and tiredness guide. You get your D4 form. So your D4 form is your medical form. This medical form is what you'll need to take with you when you get your medical date. So this does need to be filled out correctly. You cannot miss out any questions, and has to be certified and signed by a professional doctor, a practitioner. So it has to be signed by an actual professional doctor. So you'll see a doctor in person, and he will fill this out with you and do some assessments to ensure you're fit enough to move forward behind the wheel. To give you an example, when I went for my D4, my medical examination, he checked my ankles to ensure I never had swelling. he checked my my eyesight, and he asked me a few personal questions with regards to my health, so such as heart conditions. Do I have any specific? Do I suffer with tiredness, etc. So it is on a personal level. They do ask you personal questions, but it's for your own benefit and to ensure you're fit enough to apply for your license. So the D4 form is what you get with it. You must fill this out correctly. If you don't, the doctor will not sign you off as a pass. Now, there's lots of ways you can book your medical in. You can actually apply. When you apply for a company, if you decide to do it through Mainstream, they will book a medical for you and your nearest location for you, and they will take care of all that for you. Not a problem at all. You can actually pick up a D2 form from the post office, which is free, as I've done with this. And it's another way to get your D2 form and your D4 form, which comes together when you get the envelope. Okay, so you need that. That needs to be filled out, guys. A couple of other bits and pieces you get in here, just paperwork from a bit of information regarding your medical examination and what the expectations are, and finally how to fill your application form in. Now I'm going to show you on video now how to fill your application form in. However, this does give you step-by-step guides on how to do that. But if you get stuck, you can always refer back to this video, and obviously, hopefully, there's no problems. So here's the form, your D2 form. This is your D2 form. So it gives you everything you need to know on the back. However, there's a certain way you have to fill this form out. Now, a D2 form covers your category C, so your C1, your category C, and your C plus E. This D2 form also covers your coach license, your people carrier license as well. But I'm going to go through with you now how to fill this in. So that's your D2 form. Let's crack on with showing you how to fill this out. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm literally recording this on my iPhone, so it's just a lot easier if I do it this way. But I'm going to show you exactly how to apply for your lorry license, bus, minibus, or minibus driving license. Obviously, in this scenario, we're applying for our HGV licenses. So the first thing you're going to go for is start from left to right and start with number 1. They do say here, please use capital letters and fill in the form with black ink. So I've got a black pen. Make sure you do that, guys. The best way to fill this out is by just obviously using a cross on the boxes provided. So the first thing we're looking at is what we're applying for. Are we applying for a lorry license, or are we applying for a coach license? Now, when I filled mine out, I ticked every box available. So first provisional, if it's your first provisional entitlement, it's the top one you want to be filling in. So I applied for my provisional on C, C1, C plus E, and I also applied for my provisional license on my category D, which was my coach license. Now, I may never go into being a coach driver or a bus driver. However, I thought I may as well apply for my provisional license anyway, just in case in the future I decide to do that. It's just handy to have on your license, okay? But these are the ones you're focused on, your C, C plus 1 and C plus E license. These are the 3 you're applying for. Now, you're not applying for any additional entitlements, just focus on the top line and that's all you need to do. If you're in a military, obviously you can fill out this if you're in a military. I was in the military, but obviously I wouldn't fill these out. If you are in the military, then you'll want to fill these out, part-time, full-time, etc. That's all you need to worry about, okay? To change my name, or no, don't worry about all that. You haven't lost your driving license or it hasn't been stolen, so don't worry about them. Obviously, if you're renewing your license, over 70 years old, you fill this out. But as a newbie applying for your license, that's all you need to worry about. Then we're going to come down and down and down and down, down. And it says here to renew your provisional license. You're not doing that. Medical, no, ignore all of this, okay? You're not surrendering your license, so don't worry, because, don't worry about that. To exchange my license, you're not exchanging your license, don't worry. to exchange your paper license or photo card. If you have a paper license and you've been driving for years, you might want to tick that. But if obviously you just got a category B license, a car license, that's all. You don't need to worry about this at all. Now, you've already got a car license, so you don't have to worry about providing a photo, okay, unless a DVLA asks you. So don't worry about that. We then come to number 2, your details. Really straightforward stuff. In this box at the top here, you've got your driving license number. That is where your category B, your car license number, will go in here. Okay, so you've got to get your driving license out and put your full driving license in here. So mine would be, to give you an example, M-A-T-H-I, and then I'll fill the rest of my details out here. Obviously, I'm not going to put my driving license number on this form for obvious reasons. And then the self-explanatory stuff after that. You then want to fill out your personal details. So it's Mr. My surname is Matheson. Excuse the writing. And first name is William. My date of birth will go in this box here, and my home address will go in this box here. You have to fill this out. Now, even though it's on your driving license, guys, and your postcode goes in here as well, even though it's on your driving license, you still have to fill this form. I would still recommend you fill this out. Provide a telephone number, yes, I would, and provide your email address so they can keep you updated once they've received your application and they're sending your application out to you. So I would recommend you fill all these boxes in, okay? Now, moving down, obviously, the country you were born in, United Kingdom, I'm going to assume. If it's not United Kingdom, fill that in, obviously. Do not worry about anything on this side here. This is all the office use only. So only the office deal with that once they receive your application. And that's it. Then we can now move on to number 3, your eyesight and your hearing. You must fill these out, guys. You must fill these out. Before you answer this question, you must read the notes in section A. Section A, okay? Section A being here we go. So if you open the form, you'll see section A, important notes. Make sure you read through section A if you're unsure, but I would recommend you fill this in. If you have any issues with your eyesight, you must declare it. Obviously, when you do your medical, they will test you on your eyesight, etc., etc. Anyway, but you must fill this in. I would recommend you fill it in. Organ donation is up to you guys, of course, and your conduct. Obviously, there's no offence. You haven't got an offence on your licence. So don't worry about this. If you have, obviously, you have to declare it if you have. Okay? Now, that's that. We're going to open it up, and then we're going to fill out the form for your health, Part A. So I did fill these out, guys, because your health can change from when you gained your category B license to gaining your category, applying for your provisional HGV. I would fill these out if I was you. Okay, so fill them out. Have you told us about your condition before? Yes or no? Because your health can change between gaining your car license and now, at the point of applying for your HGV Provisional, etc., etc. Okay. Do not worry about anything else. Your proof of ID, do not worry about this. However, if you've got a UK passport, I did provide my UK passport as identification to ensure everything matches my driving licence. So I would make sure your home address is all correct and matches the home address on your driving licence. So I would fill that in if I was you. Okay? Sign in a photo to verify. You're not providing your photos. Do not worry about that. And then all you need to do now, guys, is provide the date of when you filled your application form in and signature in this box provided just here. That's your declaration to say all the information you have provided, the DVLA, is correct and exact and no mistakes have been made. So it's really important you fill this out, guys, because if you don't, it can be classed as a criminal offence. Okay, so just bear that in mind. That's all you need to do. You need to tear this strip off and post only this application form in the envelope provided, which is the brown one you got your form in. Provide a first class stamp, the DVLA address, and send it off. And that is it. Okay? And that is how you fill out your provisional application form.